Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Exploring Tampa Bay Commercial Real Estate. We talk about what's going on the west coast of Florida. And I'm Jay Wittner.
I'm Rachael Manzanares.
And today we're going to be talking about what's happened in April of 2021. And our first item today is a South Tampa apartment community was bought for big bucks, $77 million. And this is called Cortona. It's a 300 unit complex with more or less split evenly between apartments and townhomes, and 94% occupancy, which is really solid, and almost brand new, built back in 2019, so 2 years old more or less. And it looks like a very nice place. The seller, apparently was a joint venture between List Developers and Grease Investment Funds, and the buyer was the Blackstone Group. And the price comes out to $255,000 per unit, which makes sense for an upscale, new kind of a complex. And the location on this it's in South Tampa, as you can see from the headline. It's at the intersection pretty much of Dale Mabry and Gandy Boulevard. And if you know South Tampa, it's South Dale Mabry where the Home Depot is. It's pretty much the location of the thing.
Awesome.
And on to Lakeland.
All right, the next one we have here is a warehouse in Lakeland. So this sold for $106 million. And this is the Dragstrip Logistics Center. Just over 700,000 square feet, so a very large location here. A big portion of why this sold for so much is that Amazon does have a 10-year lease here. So sale comes to about $150 per square foot. Seller was Ackerman & Co. and the buyer was Intercontinental Real Estate Corp. And the property is about 56 acres, so really good sized property. And if you're interested, feel free to pause and check out more details here. Again, this is located northeast of Lakeland off I-4. Jay?
So the next deal we're talking about is the largest deal of the show, maybe the largest deal we've ever talked about.
I think so.
So this is a multi-part thing. There were 4 local complexes in the Tampa Bay area that were sold for $242 million. Wow. That's part of the bigger deal.
Yeah.
So the local part is Morgan Properties bought almost 2,000 units in 4 Tampa Bay area apartment complexes. But this was part of a much larger deal. The total deal was 48 apartment communities in 11 states, and the deal total was 11,400 apartments.
That's
so
crazy.
This was just enormous.
Yeah.
Again, the largest multifamily transaction over the past year. On the local level, these are the 4 apartment complexes that were part of the deal. There's Melrose on the Bay in Clearwater, the Park at Lake Magdalene in Tampa, the Reserve at Lake Point in St. Pete, and Tuscany Point in Tampa. So that's the local part of the transaction. And these yellow dots here show where the communities are in our area, in the Tampa Bay area, that were purchased here. So both counties, a little bit diverse for them. Yeah. So of course, a lot of their diversity is that they're operating in 11 states on this particular transaction in the first place.
That's amazing.
So a wild deal that was.
Yeah, for sure. Well, next we're going to be talking about the Serena by the Sea condo project coming to Clearwater. So this is a pre-construction project. This is valued at $70 million. 80 unit condo project being done by Valor Capital, and half these units are already reserved. Beautiful rendering we have here, right on the water. So we have prices starting at $625,000, ranging all the way up to $3.5 million for penthouses. And you can see they have a beautiful view of the pool right here. This is at the intersection of Alternate 19 and Sunset Point Road, again in Clearwater, so you can see it's right on the bay. Okay?
City Furniture. We talked about this a couple of months ago, but they've expanded the operation a little bit, so we thought we'd touch on this one more time.
For sure.
This is going to be in Plant City, which is east of Tampa, if you're not familiar with the area. Altogether, 1.2 million square feet, so this is a very large activity.
Huge.
It's going to be a 1 million square foot distribution center is the main part, but there's also a retail showroom and offices for 160,000 square feet and some other smaller stuff. This is all supposed to open in 2022. And a little bit more about City Furniture. They have 20 locations in Florida. This retail showroom is going to be the largest one in their whole chain.
Wow.
So that's a little bit significant, and it's going to be co-located with the distribution center. So, and the offices are going to be there. I'm not sure if they're going to have their main headquarters there or like a regional kind of thing, but a very big facility.
For sure.
And this is going to create over 500 jobs. And that's really solid for Plant City to get that. And if you see, there's like a bigger dot than we usually use because they did not disclose the exact location of where this thing is going to be. So I'm thinking it's somewhere in that fading yellow dot there.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned before, it's about a half hour east of Tampa, more or less, is Plant City. And we just are seeing tremendous growth on that I-4 corridor between Tampa and Orlando.
Crazy growth, yeah.
And this is like right over there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So next we're going to talk about two property purchased by Stoneweg in South St. Pete. So each property is about 15 acres, one of which was the Coquina Key Shopping Center, and another which is land adjacent to Lake Maggiore, which is a large lake in South St. Pete. The Coquina Key Shopping Plaza has suffered from some criminal activity nearby, and so I know it's been kind of off market trying to sell for quite some time. I'm really glad to see that somebody local has picked it up. Last year, Stoneweg bought the Trellis on the Lakes apartment complex here in St. Pete, so they're definitely active in this area. Both properties, again, are going to be in South St. Pete. You can see right near Lake Maggiore here, and the Coquina Key Shopping Center is right off of 6th Street South in South St. Pete. I'm excited to see what they end up doing there.
Yeah, it should be good. So over to Tampa, the Westshore part of Tampa. The plan here is they're going to tear down 2 older office buildings so that they can construct a new apartment complex on that combined parcel. And it's Woodfield Development. This is doing this. It's going to be 328 units. And it's, as I mentioned before, 2 older office buildings that perhaps are not needed right now in Westshore because there's a lot of new product coming not far from there anyway. And Woodfield will be filing in for rezoning requests in support of all this stuff. And the company is relatively young, founded in 2005. They've already developed over 30 apartment communities, which is pretty impressive. That's more than one a year.
Yeah.
And they already are working on a 400 unit complex here in Tampa.
Very nice.
So they're obviously very active to have 2 big projects like that going at the same time. And this is going to be at Mariner Street and I-275. You can see the yellow dot there, so it's not too far from the bay is the location. But I guess Westshore, most of it's right there near the bay.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to be seeing more items like that where we're losing office space but gaining apartments. So many people moving to this area right now.
Well, people are interested in working from home, so there may be a little shrinkage in the office market, but everybody's got to live somewhere, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's our show for you today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here on Exploring Tampa Bay Commercial Real Estate. I'm Rachael Manzanares. This is Jay Wittner. We hope you join us next time. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you soon.
Have a great day. Thanks for visiting with us.